It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both. The ends justify the means. Never attempt to win by force what can be won by deception. A prince must be a fox to recognize traps and a lion to frighten wolves. It is better to be impetuous than cautious, because fortune is a woman, and if you wish to keep her under, you must beat and ill-use her. Men judge generally more by the eye than by the hand, for everyone can see and few can feel. He who neglects what is done for what ought to be done, sooner effects his ruin than his preservation. The first method for estimating the intelligence of a ruler is to look at the men he has around him. It is not titles that honor men, but men that honor titles. He who is not with me is against me. The wise man does at once what the fool does finally. A wise man ought always to follow the paths beaten by great men, and to imitate those who have been supreme, so that if his ability does not equal theirs, at least it will savor of it. All courses of action are risky, so prudence is not in avoiding danger, it's impossible, but calculating risk and acting decisively. It is better to be rash than timid, for fortune is a woman and favors the bold. The lion cannot protect himself from traps, and the fox cannot defend himself from wolves. One must therefore be a fox to recognize traps, and a lion to frighten wolves. Men are so simple and so much inclined to obey immediate needs that a deceiver will never lack victims for his deceptions. War is just when it is necessary. Arms are permissible when there is no hope except in arms. The promise given was a necessity of the past. The word broken is a necessity of the present. He who desires or proposes to reform the government of a state, and wishes to have it accepted and capable of being maintained to the satisfaction of everybody, must at least retain the semblance of the ancient forms, so that it may seem to the people that there has been no change in the institutions, even though in fact they are entirely different from the old ones. The injury that is to be done to a man ought to be of such a kind that one does not stand in fear of revenge.